All right, welcome along. My name's Bosch. This is Bosch's Ableton Beginner Bits. And today we're going to be taking a look at a tune that I started in the Donk Steppas tutorial that's like 2 videos ago. But I'm going to just basically do what I would do when I sit down at my computer and try and finish a tune. So I'm just going to take the loops I've got, I'm going to fill it out with effects, I'm going to arrange it, add some other parts. It's basically you're just going to watch one of my production sessions while I work on this tune. This always gets requested, especially by Robin. Always wants to see sort of the full fleshing out of the tune. So I think this is a good thing to do and carry on. Now, this is also going to segue. This is going to be the split between Bosch's Ableton Beginner Bits and a new series I'm going to call Bosch's Unfinished Business, where I'm going to go, in every video I'm going to get one of my unfinished project files from between now and let's say the last 10 years, and I'm just going to do a video where again I sit down and I just try and finish the tune basically. So this is the first episode really of Bosch's Unfinished Business. The project's called Float and Ding. You can probably see that up there, just a random project name. And it's a continuation of the Donk Steppas video from before. Now, before we start, I always have to tell you about buymeacoffee.com/BoschDubs. You can go there and you can support this channel for the price of a coffee. Now, that's all well and good, but the most important thing I want you guys to do is subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment, watch old videos, all that kind of thing, all contributes to this video getting out to more people like you who want to see this kind of content. So channel interaction is the best thing you can do for me here. Much appreciated. All right, let's get into it. So what I'll do quickly is just firstly play this tune. It's like an 8-bar loop or something. I don't think there's too much going on with it at the moment. We just got basic drums, 2 bass parts and a skank. So it sounds like this. All right, so like I say, I'm just going to go in and try and do what I would do to sort of arrange this tune, really. So the first thing I think I want is this skank. So let's just tab this over. Let's put the skank in there. Now I'm going to start out with this. Let's just Control and A, select everything.
Right, there we go. Okay, so let's get everything all on one screen first. Just a little bit of organisation. I'll probably speed this bit up.
Okay, so now we're a bit more manageable here. So I've got the skank. Let's get on. Now I'm going to put, let's just put a really sparse hat at the start as well, just to keep time. Let's just do that. And then in the first one, I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so that's going to be the hi-hat that's at the start. I'm going to add a little reverb to that hat. Have I done anything to the whole kit? No. I may later on, I may take this reverb off and put it on the whole kit, but for now I'm just going to add it to the hats. And I mean, fleshing out a tune like this, it's just kind of trying things out and going with, you know, sound. Have a listen to something, say, what does that need? These hats, they need a little bit of reverb in there. Now, not too wet at all, but I'm going to make it a little bit longer and a little bit smaller. Okay, let's duplicate that out. Okay, that didn't work. Now we need to make sure we loop this. So we can do this drag. There we go. And same with that. Now I'm going to filter this. Standard move already is this, putting that auto filter on there. And then let's have a look. Don't want it low. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to put reverb on this as well. Let's do a Convolution Reverb Pro. And again, I want to have this as quite a long reverb. Let's look for somewhere we know what's Terry's Swedish nuclear reactor. Go on. Okay. A little dry wet there, and then this will obviously where can we get away with? I think about there it sounds nice. So then we're going to do that to there, and then for the last 4 bars, 2 bars even, it's going to go up a little bit. I'm just going to unfilter it a little bit there. And then we're going to copy that again, but we're now going to move up to here and then filter some out again. Let's get the full range there. Put the resonance. More hats. Yeah. Now I want like an intro sort of sound, like some kind of drop-in filtered sort of sweep thing. For this, I'm not going to be using. But bear in mind, I'm not going to be using my own all Ableton samples for this anymore because I'm fleshing this out into a proper tune. I'm going to start going into my own sample bank. So I'm going to type in down and let's see what comes up. And that's not bad actually. Let's put that first one in. And we want a delay on there. Delay and loop, echo. Let's try again. Now I want this to already be like in. Maybe there. Let's try that. And then I want a crash. Now I don't know if you've noticed, I kind of jump around. As I'm listening to the tune, I'll hear the thing that I want to put in there and I'll just go put it in. I don't say I'm only working on this or I'm only working on that. I will jump around. So let's look for a good crash sample. What's Rack and Ruin saying? Let's have a look. I think I quite like that one. So we had an audio channel in there. Oh, why did I put a MIDI channel in? Don't mess around with MIDI when it comes to crashes. When it's something that is... when it's an element in the drums that's not going to be happening a lot, that's not like a main feature of the drum kit, I do tend to just use audio samples. If it's a main part of the drums, the hats, the snares, kicks, percussion, anything like that, I tend to lean a bit more towards doing MIDI. But yeah, for the crash, I do like to use just audio. I'm going to put the same delay on that that's on the sweep. So if look, I'm doing control, click and drag. Okay. So we want that more feedback. Less dry wet. More feedback. Oh yeah, the dry wet's too long on there. And it's not going far down enough for me, audio-wise. So what I want to do is click on this little section here. Let's go to, no, what do I want? Clip, transposition, and then I'm going to manually pitch it down, basically. Put there, one there, and then drop. And I may as well fade that out a little bit as well. It needs more, like it needs drowning in a bit more stuff, I think. Audio effects. Let's get another EQ. And just get rid of the little bit of the top end. Just a bit. And then maybe I think we need a sweep as well. So let's do an operator sweep. Very simple. Instruments, operator. Draw some MIDI, doesn't matter where it's pitched. Does not matter. Okay. Turn it to white noise. Auto filter. Put it on the notch. Yeah, that's right. So then we're going to draw another frequency sweep, filter sweep. And then maybe it's a little bit fast. And maybe this sweep needs the low end taking off a little bit. Okay, we're getting there. Now. Let's see where we're at so far. I'm going to group these as effects. Now I'm going to go to samples and type in up, and let's see what we get. That's a snare. Let's try rack and ruin again. Ruin again. Let's try Motor City. What's this saying? Let's try typing riser instead. Oh, I know what this is going to be straight away. Rack and Ruin, Loop Masters. Let's see what we've got in here. Terrible. Terrible. Risers. this might be the one. And again, every one of these I'm going to put on a different channel just so I've got more control over each one when it comes to mix down. So let's put this one here. And again, we're going to EQ. Just get rid of a bit of that low end. Okay. Very strange. Why does it end there? I want it to end there. All right, just a little one, nothing too major. And then what I want to find is, actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a MIDI channel, and I'm going to use the WX Audio web sampler. Where is it? Must be in VST3. Yep. Web sampler, here we go. YouTube. Come on. Okay, I want to find Foley Countryside. Or 1 hour countryside. Now, is this going to be real or fake, this? Let's have a
Listen.
So what I'm going to do, what I'm thinking of doing is pitching this down, stretching it out, and then reversing it. So those moves will be like, instead of being, we're like, right, I think that'll do. Let's stop there. And then all I need to do with this WX Audio thing is make an audio channel, grab the file, and drop it into that audio channel. And there we go. We have got some audio. So let's unwarp, rewarp. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is reverse this. Actually, let's make it start from the start. Why not? So reverse. And then what I want to do is set this to, actually, let's get this set up right. There we go. So then I'm going to set this to repitch. And then I'm going to stretch it out. Yes, very nice. Now this is going to go under the whole tune. So let's stretch this out. Let's see how far. Oh, 3 minutes. Oh, how far have I stretched this out? I like to set a boundary of about 4.5 minutes, something like that. So let's pull this back a little bit so we're not super stretched. And then what I'm going to do is delay it. Always delaying. And then we're going to EQ. And then pull that volume right down. And it'll just sit under there like a little bed. Right, so can you hear how that's just always changing? Just means it's never completely silent, which is something that I often try and do in a tune, is make sure there's never any actual complete audio silence. I always try and put something in there, just a little, that kind of sound. Let's put it ping pong as well, spread it out. It's wider now. And like I say, that'll just stay under the entire tune. So that's already filled out with a little bit of audio there. Okay, so we're getting to here. I would then duplicate these, put them there. Now, what I'm going to do, duplicate them, but auto filter, we need to set that to the frequency, and then we need to go up. Actually, we need to get rid of that altogether. There we go. I'm sure there's a quicker way to do that. Okay, put another one of them there. Now we're going to start at bar 33. That's where the drop's going to happen. But we need to put a bit of something else in here. Now what I'm going to look for is another element of the tune that we can put in. We can also speed up the hats a little bit. So why is that skank so big all the time? Oh yeah, because I've been editing it. So our hats now, we can maybe add a little extra hat in there. All right, okay, we're getting there. What else? What else can we put in? What I might do is, for now, put in the rest of the tune. Actually, no, I know what we need. Right, I'm going to take the bass channel, control-click, duplicate that to outside the bass channel for now. And then I'm going to do a similar sort of thing, a filtered, auto-filtered reverb kind of doodah. So I need the bass here. Now the first thing I want to do with this is just make the notes a bit cleaner. So if I can solo my mic and then solo this. It's those dang dang bits that sound just a bit unnatural. So I'm going to make them longer because they sound like they stop too soon. If you want us to do that drag where it's not linked, so this is linked obviously, you can see it locking. If I hold Alt, it's clean. Yeah, anywhere they're too short, I'm just going to go through and make them longer. These three probably need doing. These three. It's always it's the same ones. It's them ding 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 little notes. But just make them a bit longer. Okay, so the last few of these. Again, if you know a quicker way to do this, by all means, feel free. Okay, let's mess around with the sound. Now, I'm going to duplicate that so that I can edit this one without worrying about it. Ooh, about there, I reckon. I'm going to do it like this. So I'm going to take out every other note, basically. Again, these processes can be a bit of a faff sometimes, but I prefer to have the full thing there and then be able to take away from it, rather than having to start from a more stripped down thing and then trying to figure out how to expand it. I've already got my bass line, so I can just remove these things and see how this sounds. Now this we can afford to put another echo on it. I might mess around though. Let's put something a bit different on there. I want Valhalla. Supermassive. That's too late. Where's... I'm going to filter a little bit of the low end out as well, because there's still quite a lot of bass in there. I've already got an EQ on here. No. Okay, we're going to filter that out. There. Okay, let's duplicate that. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Wow, what am I doing? Okay. That delay needs to be better straight off the bat. Let's do this. Now I'm gonna do a little sweep on this EQ. All right. Right, we need to key that delay in a little. Okay, we need to key this delay in a little bit. I might just go back to the normal one. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is take out the skanks for this little bit. Just to release a bit of tension before that drop. I'm going to replicate that. There. Okay, let's put our drums in. All right, all the drums in there. Where's 33? Nice. And then before I start dragging these out, we're going to make these better. So we've got do, do, do. Little one of them in there. Maybe a little one there as well. Duplicate this snare. Okay, hang on a second. Let's do snare, 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 snare. Loop and... Duplicate this. And then just reduce the velocities on these a little bit. Actually, I'm going to do that the other way. So it builds up. Okay, snare needs... Let me move my mic channel. All right, mic's at the top now. So we got the snare. And this snare needs some serious work. Okay, so it's reaching the top of the thing. Oh, it's got drum bus on it. That's why. That's why it's absolutely banging. Okay, so I'm going to put... Let's look for some claps. So what I'm going to do is take claps, layer them under the snare, but I'm going to use 2 different claps, reverb on each one, and then that'll create a bit of a variation. Now, it's not going to be a big reverb at the moment. That's not the plan anyway. I reckon it's going to be a smaller one. But we just need to find some good claps. Let's see what Sophie's saying. I've got a feeling these are going to be harsh. I like that. Yeah, and that one. Okay, so let's add some effects. And let's see. Let's duplicate this. Put them two there. Okay. How's this sound without the start? Nice. Let's see if we can do this with this as well. Okay, now I want to put reverbs on each of these, so let's go to the audio effects. Reverb. Let's just use the standard one. Nothing too... Oh, no, let's use convolution, actually. Because we can make these... We can take big reverbs, so let's get like a bigger spaces. Muddy Factory, light part. Let's do Muddy Factory. And then let's put us another one on this one. Bigger spaces, and let's do Europa. Okay, Europa's bad. Bathhouse. Okay, now we need to pull those right down because they're just taking over everything there. So let's do -24 on each clap on the volume. And now I'm going to make this smaller. Let's turn the size down. And this one, same again, size down. Now I'm going to get another snare, but I'm going to use, let's use an Amen kit. So any snare from this Amen kit does well. Let's do number 3. And then duplicate that again. Now, I want to put 2 of these in. I'm just trying to think of this as I go. Simple delay. Let's go on audio effects. Delay and loop. And we want an echo. So we're going to put the echo on the snare 3. Can I play this while I'm messing around? I want to play it. Right, so this, we need to put the straight notes. Okay, make that a little bit longer. I'm going to do the distorted. Yep. Feedback a bit more. Dry wet wants to be down. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate this echo. Actually, no, let's mess with it a bit more. Modulation. Okay, we're going to put the mod up a little bit, filter. All right, so that's nice. So we're going to take that echo and duplicate it and put it onto this snare 3. And then we're going to do the 8, and we're going to add the character. Where's the wobble? A little bit of wobble on there. Now, what this should achieve let's see what the other one sounds like. Yep, so there we've got, that's going to make 8 bars of variation. So let's duplicate that again. Yep. And then what I want to do something else I've just thought of. Samples, we're going to get a rim shot. Let's get rid of groove pool there. That one. I'm going to put all these on the same snare channel. And then at the end of this 8 bars, I'm going to do it. Actually, I'm going to do that. Let's expand everything again. This one, we're going to take that out. Leave it in on that. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. I know what I've done. So I need to separate this. So we've got 2 things. I'm going to get rid of this on here. Join these together. And then here at this end bit, and then I want to put a reverb on the rim as well. Reverb, hybrid reverb. Let's chuck that on there. That'll do. All right, so there, already we've made, what have we made there? 16 bars of variation already with the drums. Okay, now let's duplicate this. I'm going to take our effects from earlier, copy them, and let's see what we've got so far. So yeah, the drop's a bit like it's not really doing it. So let's go back to this. I think I need to put another one of these in here. That needs needs to be in reverse. Something's not doing it here. I mean, crash will help, but it's not going to fix it, is it? Maybe we need to like get rid of the reverb a little bit on here. Maybe it's too much. Mix. Let me put... Just, it needs, what is it that it needs here? Let's try a vocal. If all else fails, try putting a sample in there. Come on, keep going, we need to keep going. Let's do this. Let's put an audio channel here.
Dead. So now you're not teaching church. They're tricky people.
Is the way that is right. The way of man is the way of miscalculations.
And let's see what we can sort of add to this to make it work. Let me get rid of that up to there.
Into this vast knowledge base through it.
Okay, unwarp.
Into this vast.
Let's drag this out to here. Oh, perfect.
Into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA through discipline and this way of life. So this is why Rastafari take this way of life. Because the way...
Okay, let's stretch this out a little bit further.
Into this vast knowledge base through DNA.
EQ that.
Into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA through discipline and this way of life. So this is why Rastafari take this way of life. Into this vast knowledge.
Now, I'm going to go and edit this bit. I'm going to go edit this bass a little bit. It's a bit too on the top. I want to bring it down a little bit. But then I'm going to add... Let's try putting a square wave. I quite like that. Just keep it simple, you know what I mean? Okay, let's try that now. Because that drop was dead.
Into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA through discipline and this way of life. So this is why Rastafari takes this way of life.
Alright, we're getting there. We are getting there a little bit. What I want to do is saturate that vocal. Oh, drive. Saturator. Put that before the echo.
Tap into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA through discipline and this way of life. So this is why Rastafari take this way of life.
Okay, let's do this and that on the EQ. I want to do this. Same with number 2, up the Q.
Tap into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA through discipline and this way of life. So tap into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA.
Now what I'm going to do is go back to the sample. I'm going to re-record, but I'm going to go back and get a bit more from before, basically. So we need to go back and find the bit we just did.
Proper mindset. We are
Drag this onto here. Okay. Trim the little start and end bits and let's see what we've got left.
them. Fake smiles are just for false pretend.
Okay, it's still got all the effects on, obviously.
So the true treasure of life and the treasure of, you have to have a discipline to even be able to inherit the knowledge of the universe, because the knowledge where man inherits, way of man is the way of miscalculations and confusion.
Do we leave it there, actually? That's interesting. Cut that. Now, don't throw that away, because we can use it for the next drop. So let's just move it out of the way for now. And let's see what we've got here. Now, I did want to slow this down.
The true treasure of life and the treasure of existing from creation till now. You have to have a discipline to even be able to inherit the knowledge of the universe, because the knowledge where man inherits without the teaching of another person, divine knowledge, is stored in every man's DNA.
Now, I'm going to put a tape on this as well. Ooh, let's put tape on this.
So the true treasure of life and the treasure of existing from creation till now. You have to have a discipline to even be able to inherit the knowledge of the universe, because the knowledge where man inherits without the teaching of another person, divine knowledge, is stored in every man's DNA, because the information of creation is written in our DNA. Through spiritual discipline and self-conduct, we can be able to access, we can tap into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA through discipline and this way of life.
Now, I don't need that saturator anymore.
I take this way of life.
All right, let's see. All right, so let's look.
The true treasure of life and the treasure of existing from creation till now. You have to have a discipline to even be able to inherit the knowledge of the universe, because the knowledge where man inherits without the teaching of another person, divine knowledge, is stored in every man's DNA, because the information of creation is written in our DNA. Through spiritual discipline and self-conduct, we can be able to access, we can tap into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA through discipline and this way of life. So this is why Rastafari take this way of life, because the way of the world is not the way of nature. The way of nature is the way that is right. The way of man is the way of miscalculations and confusion.
I'm going to compress it as well. All right, I'm going to compress the vocal. Let's do glue compressor. Let's do it there.
So the true treasure of life and the treasure of existing from creation till now. You have to have a discipline to even be able to inherit the knowledge of the universe, because the knowledge where man inherits without the teaching of another person. Divine knowledge is stored in every man's DNA because the information of creation is written in our DNA. Through spiritual discipline and self-conduct, we can be able to access, we can tap into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA through discipline and this way of life. So this is why Rastafari is this way of life. Because the way of the world is not the way of nature. The way of nature is the way that is right. The way of man is the way of miscalculations and confusion.
All right. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Now, this is the last little bit I'm going to do on here because we're stemming up to an hour now. I don't want this video to be much longer than an hour, really. Or maybe I do. Who knows? So let's extend our loop. Yeah. So then I'm going to get the skanks there, take it out there and put it in there. And now I'm going to add the shaker and percussion layer, I think. So, and the way I'm going to do this is just using an existing drum rack. So, definitely getting some phasing or delay on my voice now. I don't know why. Let's look for a drum rack, an experimental drum rack. Okay, not an experimental one. Okay, we need to go here. Okay, let's put that one in. And I'm just going to make a loop. Is that a 1-bar loop? It's a 2-bar loop. Okay, and we want those shakers. Where's the... Let's put this on. Let's do... swing eighths. So let's put... Now I'm going to do here, just because it's a bit dead and straight, I'm going to drag, click and get a few of these randomly. And I'm just going to shift them a little bit before. And then let's get that and that one and maybe that one and that one. Shift them little steps that way. Okay, let's try. I'm going to put... Put one of them. Right, so what I'm going to do is... I know what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to put these shakers so they already exist behind the hats. So when they come in, they don't sound like a new thing. Now I'm going to look for another crash. But like a bit more. Oh, let's go for a ride. Let's drag them two in. Okay, now before... Where is it? Let me get the back... I want to get the back end of this crash. Control C, Control V. We're duplicating. Extend that back out. And now let's put this where it's supposed to be, there. But now I'm going to reverse it. And let's see... Let's see about dragging this a little bit less. Okay, volume down. Now, I've just heard what I want to do. We're going to put a delay. Whoa. Or an echo, sorry. We're going to put the echo on... Is it that? Where's... Okay, so we want this tap. Okay. No, other way. Notes. Feedback is going to be like that. And then... want a little reverb on there. But I want that before the echo, so that the echo echoes the reverb. All right. So I think I'm going to leave it there for now, because this is kind of covered what I would do for like making the tune, arranging it, and a couple of little different sections there. So I'm going to play it through one more time, and let's see if anything else comes to mind before I end the video.
The true treasure of life and the treasure of existence from creation till now. You know, you have a discipline to even be able to inherit the knowledge of the universe, because the knowledge where man inherit without the teaching of another person, divine knowledge is restored in every man's DNA, because the information of creation is written in our DNA. Through spiritual discipline and self-conduct, we can be able to access, we can tap into this vast knowledge base through DNA. We can tap into our DNA through discipline and this way of life. So this is why Rastafari is this way of life. Because the way of the world is not the way of nature. The way of nature is the way that is right. The way of man is the way of miscalculations and confusion.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to leave it there because I'm sure this video is going to be over an hour long now. So I'll leave it there. That was how I would extend a tune, and just taking something from the loop section into arrangement view. And that's it. It's a stepper. It's got some donk in there. It's got a little vocal sample in there. And that's it. I hope that is what you're after in regards to expanding that tune a little bit further. My name's Bosch. This has been Bosch's Ableton Beginner Bits / Bosch's Unfinished Business, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.